Road Trip Rich and Date Dave had made their way out to Jamestown, and we're about ready to do some barnstorming with Mr. Goodfolk and his ace plane, Ace. Buckle up, everybody. We're about ready to take a ride on the toll road.
So this man here, double D.
Triple D, actually.
Triple D.
Yes.
Triple D, Dewey Davenport. He'll be our pilot today. Our life is in your hands. You want to tell us a little bit about what you got going on here?
Yeah, well, my name's Dewey Davenport, and I own Goodfolk and old-time biplane rides here in the Xenia or Dayton area. But so I do sightseeing biplane rides. This is a 1929 Travel Air 4000. This airplane was designed and built just really to give biplane rides and air circus type activities back in the 20s and things like that. I've owned this airplane since 2013. I've flown probably a couple thousand people in this aircraft. I named this airplane Ace because you guys can see the Ace cards on the side,
That's
right?
A winning hand right there.
That's right. So, but Ace has been a really good aircraft. A lot of people in Ohio and Indiana, Pennsylvania, pretty much around the world knows about Ace, the biplane here. It has a Continental W670. It's a 220 horse radial engine. This engine is a World War II engine. This was not what was on it originally when it came out of the factory, but this puts out 220 horse. It's 670 cubic inches. It's 7 cylinders. This engine is well known for the PT-17 Stearman. That was a trainer in World War II. So there's a lot of these aircraft engines available still today. It's covered in fabric. The wings are all wood and then covered in fabric, just like what we wear, cotton or polyester. The top wing is actually a cotton, and then the bottom is like a polyester fabric. The fuselage is steel tubing, and it's just pretty much like it was back in the 20s when it was built. One little fun fact: this airplane was built by or designed by Walter Beach, Clyde Cessna, and Lloyd Stearman.
So I've heard of all 3 of those.
That's right. If you're in aviation, you should know about them. And they had their winning hand in this airplane to make it what it is today. There's probably about 40 of these aircraft flying, and it can seat 2 passengers and a pilot, and that's how I'm going to take you guys up today. We're going to do some wing overs, we'll do some steep turns and different things like that.
Wing walking, or?
Well, I don't want no wing walking today.
I'll pay extra if you let him do that.
Oh man, real wing walkers didn't have racks.
Barrels? A couple barrel rolls?
No, we hope not.
Not on purpose.
I tell everybody, you don't have to be nervous until I start screaming, okay? If I start screaming, then you can start screaming. But yeah, if you want, we can walk around here and just kind of do a little walk around. Sure. Just real quick. The wings, these are called B wings. So when the Travel Air was designed, they called it the Wichita Falker. They were built in Wichita, and it looked like a Falker aircraft from World War I. There's a bump on the rudder, I'll show you that. And the wing tips actually had elephant ear wing tips. They had bumps on the ailerons also. Well, the B wings did not have those elephant ear ailerons. So these are the second set of wings pretty much than what the original Travel Airs would have. And I don't know which flies better, but these fly pretty good the way they are, okay? I believe it's
30 minutes today.
yeah. Yeah. These are called javelins, a javelin strut. There's the wing walkers would lay on here, and you would see them come and wave to the crowd. They would be laying on top of that. Okay. Fuel. There's a fuel tank inside here. There's 40 gallons of fuel here, and there's also 26 gallons of fuel up in the wing. So I'm not carrying any fuel in the wing today. All right.
What kind of range would you get with that?
Well, range, it'll fly about 4.5 hours on the fuel that I'm able to fill up with. And I only do about 85 miles an hour. So it's only going to do probably about 320 miles, before I would have to stop and get gas. And by then you'd be ready to get out of this airplane anyway, okay? Yeah, Let's just walk around here. You guys can touch this. This is all fabric. Yeah. Here's another thing, if you can see on the camera, these bumps. This is called rib stitching. It's thread. They sew the wing, the fabric onto the wing, onto the ribs. So this is exactly what it is. Okay, and they have this big long needle and go in there and you tie a knot, and it's each one of these. It takes a lot of time to do that. Got the stabilizer in the elevator here. Makes you go up and down. All right, your rudder.
Side to side.
Yep. And then the airplane's painted up in the flying, it's called the Flying Aces Air Circus from 1929 to 1938. They had orange, and actually the airplane used to be gray or silver, but this is painted up just like the Flying Aces. The owner, Jimmy and Jesse Woods, well, Jimmy was the chief pilot. He always was the ace of spades. That's the highest deck of aces or cards in a deck of hand. So Jimmy was always the ace of spades. His other pilots were other aces. So you have the hearts and different things like that. So it's really cool. There's a book that you could read called On the Wing. On the Wing. It's all about the Flying Aces. So, all right. Other than that, let's get ready to go flying.
Let's do it. All right, Dewey, we're ready.
Okay. All right. So just stay on the black here. This is the wing walk. You can grab onto the cockpit combing here, there. You can grab the strut and step right onto the seat.
Now, I'm pretty fat. I'm not going to fall through here.
No, you're.
Am I the heaviest guy ever get in here?
You're close. You're close by about 100 pounds. Yep.
Got in without any old man noises, Rich. Let's see what you can do here.
Oh, I can make noises. I'm not like
Well, I'm
that.
glad we're skinny, though.
Oh man.
Just step on the seat, Rich. Yep. There you go.
You didn't make any old man noises. I'm proud of you. First time for everything.
So you got a seat belt. You guys,
I'm dead.
I got it up on the, see it there hanging?
Oh, just went across.
Yep, one seat belt across, just like the old roller coasters.
Alright.
All right, thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't.
It's got to be unanimous.
Oh, it'll be thumbs up.
Well, I'll bring you back at this normal time no matter what. All right,
Alright.
let's go have fun.
Yes,
All right.
definitely. Hey, we got it.
Our pilot, Dewey, actually created a coloring book for the children. I'll give you an update later whether or not Road Trip Rich was able to stay within the lines. We chose the half-hour flight, which gave you plenty of time to see a good portion of Greene County, and at only a couple $100 is a steal. This is the point where Road Trip considered doing a little wing walking, but unfortunately he left his wing walking shoes at home. And now you know why I left my hat at home. Seriously, 2 hands, Dewey. And if you're wondering why I am the 4-time corn maze champion, I do my research. Dewey actually does a project every year with a coloring book he created for the first graders at the school that he actually attended. And every spring, he'll do a flyby wave to them. As I said earlier, buckle up. Things are about to get wild.
Loved it.
You didn't see my thumbs down. Now, Rich, don't embarrass yourself leaving, though.
Let me get that footstool for you and grab that, your stuff from you. Actually, take your goggles off if you can.
All right.
Probably a better depth perception.
There you go.
Yeah.
Rich, I've got confidence in you.
Don't break an ankle or anything.
Oh, man. Loved it, Dewey.
Well, I'm glad you did. I did. Like always. Haven't found a bad flight yet.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dewey.
Thank you.
Guys, check them out, Dewey. Next time you want to take your kids to see Kings Island, don't waste your money. Well, Rich, what do you think? Was that worth the
money?
money there?
Oh, yeah. It sure was.
Highly recommended. Anybody who even has an inkling of doing it, get out in an open pit plane like that. And if you're going to find a pilot, you're not going to find one better than Mr. Goodfolk. Dewey Davenport. I'll put some links in the description on how you can get hold of him.
And check out his webpage.
Yeah,
he's got a YouTube channel.
He's got a YouTube channel of some of his flights that are probably a little better footage than I could take. Until then, who knows where the toll road will lead to next.
See ya.